Okay, seriously, here's the real video though.
The scientific calculator is a comprehensive calculator with ability to perform square root, exponential, logarithmic, trigonometric, and factorial functions, as well as the 4 arithmetic functions. This button allows the student to toggle the mode of the input of the trigonometric functions between degrees and radians. It also allows the student to toggle the mode of the output of the inverse trigonometric functions between degrees and radians.
Are you sure about that?
Alt mode is degrees. The mode is displayed below the lower right corner of the calculator window.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And on both the first and second calculator screens. These are the logarithmic function buttons. LOG is referred to as the common logarithm, and LN is referred to as the natural logarithm. When one of the buttons is selected, log for example, log left parenthesis will appear on the screen. After entering a number following the left parenthesis, the student can select Enter immediately, and right parenthesis will be automatically entered. If a calculation such as log, left parenthesis, 5, right parenthesis, plus 2 is to be done, the student must enter the right parenthesis after the 5, or the calculator will interpret log, left parenthesis, 5, plus 2, the same as log, left parenthesis, 5, plus 2, right parenthesis, or log, left parenthesis, 7, right parenthesis.
This button is found on the first calculator screen. These buttons are the trigonometric function buttons for sine, cosine, and tangent. When one of the buttons is selected, SIN for example, sine left parenthesis will appear on the screen. After entering a number following the left parenthesis, the student can select Enter immediately, and the right parenthesis will be automatically entered. If a calculation such as sine, left parenthesis, 30, right parenthesis, plus 2 is to be done, the student must enter the right parenthesis after the 30, or the calculator will interpret sine, left parenthesis, 30, plus 2, the same as sine, left parenthesis, 30, plus 2, right parenthesis. Or sine left parenthesis, 32, right parenthesis. These buttons are found on the first calculator screen. This button is the pi button. When selected, it places the pi symbol on the screen. This is typically used with the trigonometric functions. This button is found on both the first and second calculator screens. This button is the second power button. It is used as a quick way to raise a number to the second power. This button should be selected after a number has been entered. For example, to find 3 to the second power, the student would enter the number 3, followed by selecting the second power button. On the screen, 3 to the second power would be displayed. Pressing Enter would do this calculation and display 9. This button is found on the first calculator screen. This button is the reciprocal button. It is used to calculate 1 divided by a number. This button should be selected after a number has been entered. For example, to find the reciprocal of 4, the student would enter the number 4, followed by selecting the reciprocal button. On the screen, 4 to the negative first power would be displayed. Pressing Enter would do this calculation and display 0.25. This button is found on the first calculator screen. This button is the power button. It is used to raise a number to a positive or negative power. This button should be selected after a base number has been entered and before the power is entered. For example, to find 5 to the third power, the student would enter the number 5, followed by selecting the power button, and then followed by entering the number 3. On the screen, 5 to the third power would be displayed. Pressing Enter would do this calculation and display 125. This button is found on the first calculator screen. These buttons are the grouping buttons. They are used to group certain parts of a calculation that must be done prior to other parts of the calculation. For example, to calculate left parenthesis, 3 plus 2, right parenthesis, multiplied by 10, the student would enter left parenthesis, then the number 3, then the plus operator, then the number 2, then right parenthesis, then the x operator, and finally the number 10. On the screen, left parenthesis, 3 plus 2, right parenthesis, times 10 would be displayed. Pressing Enter would do this calculation and display 50. Without the grouping symbols, the calculator will use the standard order of operations and calculate 3 plus 2 times 10 as 3 plus 20 equals 23. This is just one example of the many ways the grouping symbols must 3 plus 2, right parenthesis, multiplied by 10. The student would enter left parenthesis, then the number 3, then the number 3, then the plus operator, then the number 2, then right parenthesis, then the x operator, then the x operator, and finally the number 10. On the screen, left parenthesis, 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, right parenthesis, times 10 would be displayed. Pressing enter would do this calculation and display 50. Without the grouping symbols, the calculator will use the standard order of operations and calculate 3 plus 2 times 10 as 3 plus 20 equals 23. This is just one example of the many ways the grouping symbols must be used in order to get correct results when using the calculator. These buttons are found on the first calculator screen. These buttons are the inverse trigonometric function buttons for sine, cosine, and tangent. When one of the buttons is selected, sin -1, or inverse sine for example, sine -1, left parenthesis, will appear on the screen. After entering a number following the left parenthesis, the student can select enter immediately, and the right will appear on the screen. After entering a number following the left parenthesis, the student can select enter immediately, and the right parenthesis will be automatically entered. If a calculation such as inverse sine, left parenthesis, 1/2, right parenthesis, plus 2 is to be done, the student must enter the right parenthesis after the 1/2, or the calculator will interpret inverse sine, left parenthesis, 1/2 plus 2, the same as inverse sine, left parenthesis, 1/2 plus 2, right parenthesis, or inverse sine, left parenthesis, 2.5, right parenthesis. And in this case, produce an ERR message. These buttons are found on the second calculator screen. This is the exponential function button. It calculates e, which is approximately 2.718 raised to the x power. When the exponential function button is selected, e to the left parenthesis will appear on the screen. After entering a number following the left parenthesis, the student can select enter immediately, and the right parenthesis will be automatically entered. If a calculation such as e to the left parenthesis 5, right parenthesis, plus 2 is to be done, the student must enter the right parenthesis after the 5, or the calculator will interpret e to the left parenthesis 5 plus 2, the same as e to the left parenthesis 5 plus 2, right parenthesis, or e to the left parenthesis 7, right parenthesis. This button is found on the first calculator screen. This is the square root button. This button should be selected before a number has been entered. For example, to find the square root of 9, the student will select the square root button and then enter the number 9. On the screen, the square root of left parenthesis 9 would be displayed. Pressing F9 would be displayed. Pressing enter but on the right parenthesis, do this calculation and display 3. This button is found on the second calculator screen. This is the x root button. It calculates the x root of a number. This button should be selected after a root number has been entered and before the number you wish to find the x root of is entered. For example, to find the x root of number 32, the student will enter the number 5 followed by selecting the x root button and then followed by entering the number 32. On the screen, the x root of left parenthesis 32 would be displayed. Pressing enter 32 would be displayed. Pressing enter but on the right parenthesis, do this calculation and display 2. This button is found on the second calculator screen. This is the factorial button. It calculates the factorial of a number. This button should be selected before a number has been entered. For example, to find the factorial of 5, left parenthesis, 5 times 4 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, right parenthesis, the student would select the factorial button and then enter the number 5. On the screen, factorial left parenthesis 5 would be displayed. Pressing enter but on the right parenthesis, do this calculation and display 120. This button is found on the second calculator screen. This is the 10 to the power button. This button should be selected before a number has been entered. For example, to find 10 to the power of 4, the student would select the 10 to the power button and then enter the number 4. On the screen, 10 to the power of left parenthesis 4 would be displayed. Pressing enter but on the right parenthesis, do this calculation and display 10,000. This button is found on the second calculator screen.
To close the calculator, click the red X in the top right corner or press the Escape key.
Fun fact, I had to recreate this entire video to add Rick Roll to the beginning of it, so that's pretty cool.